Welcome to my podcast. Today we're going to do a little bit of something different today. We're going to do a story time. Which pretty much what we're going to do is we are going to jump from person to person and they're going to tell a little bit of a story. With me is Hawkeye Mayhem, Killer 9210. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a microphone at this time. Snotty, and Loki, and War Dog.
What's up?
Everybody, please say hello.
Hello.
I already said hello, but
Hello
I'll
from the Hawkeye.
But as most of you would probably remember Snotty from my
Really,
first
man?
broadcast from saying he's white. But anyways, the story is going to be...
Hi, I'm Snotty and I'm white. Hi, Snotty.
But anyways, this podcast is going to be based off of Stephen King's awesome movie, Christine. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. First off, I want to pass over to the mic over to Snotty to start things off. Snotty, you have the mic.
Well, first, I thought we were going to tell stories because I know about the novel and the movie.
If you listen...
So yeah, pass the mic. Hawkeye, there you go.
Wow, Snotty, I said it's based off of Christina. Like, I asked if you can just start it off, like, what kind of car is, like, the person and everything else. But okay.
Well, I mean, the car was a Chevy. It was a Bel Air. It was, reddish pink. And it fucking turned on its owner and it killed people in the night. Like, I mean, that's the fucking basis of the story. Like, that's it. And it's scary. Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, fuck.
Like, that's the way I look at it, at least. I mean, but I haven't seen it and I've not read the novel. So, I mean, that's the best interpretation I can. But while I have the mic, Shinks, would you like me to give a tour of my car real quick?
Yeah, sure.
And why I have it set this way, because I have a story about it.
Yeah,
there's
sure.
a story behind this car. Now, as you can see, there's nothing flashy about it, I mean, under the hood, obviously, this thing is fully upgraded. It's all that good shit. Everybody come over to this car real quick. I want to see if anybody can guess it before I say anything. But this, I'll say this, it's a tribute car. Anybody got it? Anybody?
Nope.
Nobody, really? Loki? Loki, you not know this car? Killer got it. Alright, fuck it, I'll just go ahead and say it, though. This is my tribute car to Vice City, but specifically to Hillary King, the guy that had the original Sabre Turbo in the Grand Theft Auto series. The original Sabre Turbo. Thinking back, the Malibu Club missions in Vice City, when I was younger, it took me fucking trying. Like, I probably tried the driver mission so many times, because you had to use a Sentinel to race that damn thing. And, like, now I can do it easy as pie, but when I was younger, I wasn't as good. But, I have two tribute cars, but I wanted to show off this one. So this car is a tribute to Hillary King, because I don't really want to give away any spoilers, but let's say he deserves a tribute. That gives you any idea. So yeah, this car is a tribute to Hillary King from Vice City. Pissed me off. Alright, so yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Okay. Wait. Okay, so about the car here?
Yep. What's your story behind this car?
Well, basically, ever since I started playing GTA Online, and I saw this car, one of my friends was driving it, and I was like, holy shit, this fucking thing's badass. How the fuck do I get it? He's like, oh, you have to have collector's edition. And yeah, really that angered me because I mean you can just look at this car, you know what I'm saying, to hear it, and, you know. But anyways, so now I finally was able to get it once I got on the PlayStation 4, and that's basically why I got it. There's no other reason why I got it other than the fact that I've been wanting it since day one of online, basically. And especially since on the 4 now, you have like the lights underneath and the graphics are like 10 times better. It's just, it's everything I wanted in it and more, so.
Alright. My turn. Well, as you can see, this is my car. This is a tribute to, well, the Death Squad. This car is definitely a Deathmobile. The story behind this car has ran over at least about 150 plus, and every time this car has any damage to it, it has restored itself on its own. I can put it in my garage, and the next day it's fully restored. I have no idea how it becomes restored because I myself don't have a mechanic, and I myself don't fix my own cars because the simple fact I am too busy doing other things. Let me show you under the hood really quick. Oh yeah, you can hear that beast roar.
I'd just like to throw it out there. The Dodge Charger, I love it in this game. To anybody that doesn't know, or excuse me, the Dukes, the Imponte Dukes.
Fucking answer.
If you get in that car, Shinks, you can actually show the viewers if you'd like. If you get in that car in first person, once you go to take off, it's one of very few cars that will actually lift up. Like, you know, real cars in real life that have that much torque will lift up. That's why they have wheelie bars. But in this game, there's many cars, like even the Sabre Turbo. This one right here that I showed, you could put wheelie bars on it, but it does not lift up no matter how much you mod it. That one, you can actually see it lifts up. So I have one myself, and it's called the Era Mobile or Ireland Mobile because it's green and orange, and it's got the Irish flag because of my heritage and all that. And I put a bomb on.
Well, I cut that off because Dark Throne was playing his music, so I have...
Are you kidding me? I fucking muted him, and I fucking sent him the message and said, shh. Just mute him, Shinks.
I did. But anyways,
damn, do you want me to say that all over again? Do you want me to say that all over again?
No, it's fine. It's fine. But anywho, continuing on...
fucking asshole.
But as these plates, you go girls is one of our famous sayings. So, anyways, I'm going to pass it over to Loki. I don't know if Loki's there. Mr. Loki. Okay, he's currently not there. Well, I'll make up if you don't mind, Killer, is it okay I make up a story for you? Just send me a message saying yay or nay.
Yeah, he can send you messages about it, like through text. So, like, he can make up the story about it. He's really quick about it.
Alright. I'll make up the story. Killer, if you would like, go ahead, type it up, and when I receive it, I'll say it for you. Alright, buddy? But anyways, this is our car show. Please.
Here, Shinks, let me go ahead and say something about the Dukes real quick while we have to wait. So, something really cool about the Imponte Dukes. Why don't you what in the hell? Well, we got a blooper, everyone. What can you do? His fucking hood fell off. What the fuck? Jesus. All right. Well, here, hop in this real quick, there, Shinks, and get in first person.
I'm in
This
first.
is one of this is one of the things I love about the Dukes. Now, many cars offer the wheelie bar, but there's really no point of having a wheelie bar because none of the American muscle cars actually lift up to the extent where you need a wheelie bar. But this bad boy, it actually will lift up slightly, and that's one of the things I love about it. So try, show the viewers. You see how that front end actually lifts up? It definitely, in my opinion, has probably some of the most torque to it. For a video game. That actually looks crazy with the front end off, killer. Come look at this, Shinks.
Oh, I can see it.
That is crazy looking.
That is pretty crazy looking.
So what happened to Loki?
I don't know. He must be doing something. But anyways, I'm going to start with a, fictional story. That I'm going to...
Why does it need to be fictional? Why don't we just bounce stories off of one another? Funny stories or something. I mean, you're the host. I'm just saying.
But it's kind of like improv,
Or just speaking. I mean, it's a podcast. We just speak. You know what I mean?
I know. I definitely know what a podcast is. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Well, I know. I know. I didn't mean no insult.
I know.
Here, don't follow me. All right. So you start off. Like tell a story or something. How about this? A cool video. Like, what is one of your favorite all-time old school PlayStation 2 game?
Oh my God. I have to say.
Yeah, just think of one.
Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3. That pops in my head every time I think of PlayStation 2. I think about Resident Evil 3.
That was PlayStation 1.
Are you sure, Loki?
I mean, either way though, that's fine. That's fine. Either way, that's fine. Continue. Tell us about it, like the nostalgia and everything.
Well, of course, first off, when I first played Resident Evil, of course, the very first Resident Evil, I went over to my dad's friend's house and, oops, blooper. But anyways, I went over to my friend's.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to edit this podcast.
No, it's fine. I don't care.
Either way, sorry. Continue. Yeah.
But anywho,
not much. So continue. You went over to your dad's house.
And my dad's like, hey, my friend's son has a PlayStation. Would you like to go over there and would you like, play a new game called Resident Evil? Because I know you've been writing a lot of zombie stories on the computer, and, well, maybe this will give you, like, an edge. Alright, sure. So, I went over there, and so he was playing Resident Evil. And I sat there next to him, and I was sitting next to him, and, we were watching, and, of course, I saw the storyline of, everybody went inside. He's like, oh, Brian, check this out. As they were in the mansion, I got into Resident Evil. So I myself played the first Resident Evil and the second Resident Evil, and I got into Resident Evil Nemesis. I say Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was probably the best Resident Evil game of all time, because the simple fact that Nemesis comes after you during what you have to do. Every time I hear stars, I freak the fuck out, because Nemesis is pretty much unstoppable without the right weaponry. If you use all your weapons against him, all your ammo, you're pretty much fucked, because you have to try to survive. But yeah, there's no possible...
Classic survivor horror. Classic
Exactly.
survival horror. If you run out of ammo, which I'd like to give a small little shout out to The Last of Us, which I'm currently on my channel doing a Let's Play of, but I'm playing it on grounded mode. If you run out of ammo, oh shit, which is very easy to run out of ammo, let me tell you. Now it's by nowhere, like, it's nowhere near as hard as, you know, it's not a survival horror, I wouldn't say, but it has elements of a survival horror. But yeah, like I definitely can relate though. So yeah, continue, Shinks, though. Like, what are some things that like remind you of it, and like good memories and whatnot? Like, say right now, for instance, like if something, like if we didn't bring it up, what are some of the things that would make you go, oh shit, that reminds me of Resident Evil 3 back whenever I'd play as a kid and yada yada yada?
Well, first off, you know, it's like when we, like, well, of course, you and my buddy Viper played Dying Light. It's a survival horror game.
That was fun.
That reminds me of Resident Evil 3, because when it hits night, all shit goes haywire.
Yeah, all hell breaks loose.
Oh, for sure. And that definitely reminds me of Resident Evil 3, because when the Nemesis comes around, all hell breaks loose. And the one memory that I definitely, you know, will cherish for the rest of my life is my dad always sits next to me and watches me play. He loves watching me play Resident Evil. That's pretty much my dad's thing. Every time I buy a new Resident Evil game,
that's awesome.
Every time I buy a new Resident Evil game, I say, hey Dad, guess what? I got Resident Evil. We definitely gotta play it. And, you know, him and I will sit down, and sometimes, yeah, I do use strategy guides sometimes. He would sit there and read it, then of course I play through, and if I get stuck, I get frustrated easily. My dad always sits there, he's like, you know, Brian, you need to calm down, you can do this. And there's more than a few times I was so freaking scared that I just want to quit. And so I take a break, get some drink, get
even
some...
Even to this day?
Well, not even to this day, yeah. There are times I get paranoid. You know, because, you know, it's just like, I did play Resident Evil 3 on the PlayStation 3, and my dad was there, and there's a few times I played in the hardest difficulty, and there's a few times it still scares the shit out of me, especially when Nemesis comes out of nowhere. And I just said, like, oh shit, I need to go, I need to run. So, yeah.
Alright, you mind if I tell the story now?
Yeah, I was going to pass on.
One of my favorite, yeah, alright, so this might be a bit of a long story. I'll try to summarize the best I can. This means a lot to me, to be completely honest. And there's going to be some personal life type things that are going to be in this story, but either way, I'm okay with sharing these things. But Shinks, check the time real quick, brother.
Don't worry, it's just going to be live throughout the thing.
All right. So needless to say, I'm going to go with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, there are many, many games that I'm extremely nostalgic about, like Paperboy and, all the old games that I would play as a child. Super Smash Brothers, Dragon Ball Z Budokai. My mother would actually help me. She beat Frieza for me. But the reason why I'm picking GTA Vice City is because that is the game that got me into it. Now, I had played GTA 3, but just didn't... I don't know, it didn't capture me the way that Vice City did. And pretty much, my parents were divorced, and my dad was much more strict, and my mother would just allow me to have, PlayStation 2 and play games like that, because she knew that, I could handle it. Actually, let me take back my dad being strict. It was more so my stepmother. But so every other weekend, that's whenever I'd have visitations with my mother. And I remember before, I remember actually talking. She actually at the time was helping out a family. She was a foster parent of a 16-year-old and a girl, a 16-year-old guy and a young girl that was roughly about my age. And she actually had the mother live with us and everything. So, he was 16 and at the time I was like 7. I don't know, somewhere around there. And, I would come over and visit, and I remember talking about it, saying, you know what game I really would like to have? And I remember this was actually on the car ride to, my mother's house for the visitation. And Brandon, that was his name, he was riding with her, and obviously he was like, what would that be? And I go, Grand Theft Auto, any of the Grand Theft Autos, I would love. And he goes, well, I have GTA Vice City in storage, so I'll go get her. And needless to say, he went and got it. And that game, like, he was a football player, so he liked playing his Madden and all that. And we shared the PlayStation. It was my PlayStation, but we shared it because, some of the games were his. So, I pretty much took over, the PlayStation. It got to the point where even he was coming in there going, are you ever going to get off that? Like, good Lord, I've created a monster. That was the game, man. That was the game that really, really, did it for me. So, I mean, yeah. That was the game that has shaped me into the gamer that I am today. I love story-based games. That's why, for instance, just to throw it out there, Rebellion of Hell, we're not your average motorcycle club. I actually have added a story. All of us have somewhat added a story behind our characters, our portrayal of the club, and all that. It's because I don't want to just be some random thing out there that doesn't have any creativity to it. That's like playing an EA game or something. Like, I look at yeah. So, yeah, needless to say, that was the game, though, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, that really, really captured me.
All right, well...
So, yeah, there you go, Shinks.
Killer, your turn.
Well, he can't speak.
Oh, I'm sorry, Killer. I keep on forgetting. Let's go with Hawkeye.
You there, Hawk?
Oh. Hawk?
He
you
might
there?
have his mic muted because of
his son,
his baby. Yeah.
Let's see. War Dog, are you there?
I'm here.
Thank you. What's your... Alright, so tell us a story about how you, what's your favorite game, and why was it your favorite game that you also remember that means to you? Like with Snotty, it's Vice City, mine is Resident Evil 3.
Well, Shanks, it kind of goes really off Resident Evil 2, because I grew up on that.
Hell yeah! Resident Evil guys right over here. If I can show you guys, I have a Resident Evil umbrella tattoo on my calf.
And I remember, playing it for the first time, and I had both discs with Leon and Claire, and I remember playing the whole Leon side of it. I'm like, this would be a really good game. I'm starting to get into it. And I remember playing, a little bit of Resident Evil, the first one, a bit, but I remember really playing Resident Evil 2 because I love the Outbreak setting to it. And especially the gun shop mode, or gun shop scene where he goes in, he gets some ammo, and real fun fact, the guy in the gun shop was one of the guys who created some of Barry Burton's weapons. And that one scene was very powerful to me because it kind of showed you weren't safe in that little room because the zombies came through the glass. And
I remember that scene, man.
yeah, he was trying to shoot the shotgun and stuff, and he gets killed.
So,
And
what are some of the things though that, like, you know, the biggest memories, and what are some things that that like, say we did, like I said to Shinks, that brings it right back to you? Like, what are some things that are just like, oh, that reminds me of Resident Evil? What are some things?
there are some big moments, and there's a little bit of a personal story to Resident Evil 2 a bit because of Claire Redfield, because, see, my sister's big into Resident Evil 2 also because I got her into it a long ass time ago, and she would always call me Chris and Claire Redfield, and you know, there's like the one game that really made me back at Resident Evil is actually Dying Light, because, you know, and the whole city setting. Yeah, and I mean, I have one of like an RCPD patch in my room, and I mean, and another fun fact, in my TA, the daemon I have, I kind of try to recreate Claire's motorcycle.
Nice.
And, I mean, and that's kind of a tribute to my sister a bit, because she kind of acts like her. And I mean, Resident Evil, I mean, I love all the Resident Evils, but Resident Evil 2 for me was the best because it showed more of the enemies, like the hunters, the lickers, the tyrants, and overall they kind of grew Leon S. Kennedy to what he was in Resident Evil 6.
Well, here's a story for both of you guys. Who is your favorite character in the Resident Evil series? And it doesn't have to be a playable character, it can be anyone.
I have to say,
Warlock, since you had them. Okay, yeah, Shinks.
I have to say Jill Valentine.
Jill Sandwich Valentine?
Yes, I have to say Jill.
Is your favorite.
Yes.
Alright, War Dog?
Well, Albert Wesker.
Oh,
Yep,
Wesker.
I was going to say Albert Wesker for me. I was going to say Wesker for me as well. He's the bad guy, but he's the bad guy you can't help but just
Love to
he's
hate.
so badass. Yeah, like
In that
he's
long Chris
perfect.
and Wesker rivalry.
Dude, that
Yeah,
rivalry
the Chris
lasted
rivalry.
through 5 games.
Yeah, who's to say Wesker is even dead? Like, how
there's a
you never
theory.
know.
There is a theory that he had clones.
Yeah, exactly. It's crazy, you know.
And the funny thing is, he does have a son too.
Spoiler. Yeah, but a lot of people don't like his son though. They don't like that character. They think they just did that to, you know, add to the roster.
Apparently, the next Resident Evil game is going to be the last in the main series. I mean, which I kind of see, because they're building up to something after Revelations 2, and which was a good game because of Barry Burton.
Who says the famous Jill Sandwich line?
Barry Burton.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, Resident Evil 7, they said that their tagline was going to be "The war ends now."
Oh, damn. See, I unfortunately am not much of a follower of the Resident Evil series. One of the first ones that I actually played was 5. I played it, and most people hate 5, but I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.
I liked 5 because, you know, they kind of brought, you know, the whole Wesker and Chris rivalry back, and you got to fight him.
Hell yeah. I remember there was a lot of amazing cinematic things in that game. It's underrated in my opinion.
It is.
And, the one quote I love in Resident Evil 5 is when he's in the ruins with Wesker, and Wesker's like, 5 minutes. I only got 5 minutes to spare to play with you, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. You know that's actually, here's a little tip. If you have the right amount of firepower, if you can get it where you trick Wesker, and you get to shoot him a good amount of times before that 5 minutes, so to speak, and he leaves early, that's how you unlock the Heart of Africa, which sells for 10,000, whatever the currency is.
I mean,
so just throwing that out there.
I wanted that fight to last 5 minutes because I tried to do the whole hand-to-hand shit like they would do before. And, I mean, Resident Evil 6,
it was too action-y. They definitely lost it.
But I liked it how they merged all the characters.
Yeah, I absolutely love that too. Like, all their stories came into one.
And how the one scene in Resident Evil 6 I loved was when Chris was trying to go after Ada and Leon's standing in his way with a gun pointed at him.
Oh. That was like the biggest scene of all time.
I believe Killer has sent me, he sent me a couple messages, but I'm writing someone currently. So give me just 1 second, and I will say what Killer has said to me.
All right, while you're doing that, let me take a shout-out break. First off, you guys, I want to say thank you for watching this video. And I just like to make a shout out for Snotty's in my party right now. I'd like to make a shout out to him and War Dog. Please check out their channels. It's Wardog669 and Snotty Shreds and Snotty Gaming. And he did mention he is currently playing The Last of Us on the hardest difficulty. And let me tell you, I played on the hardest difficulty, and it's not fun. Well, it is and it isn't at the same time. But no. Check it out, subscribe to them, like, share, and of course we do have a Facebook page. We are currently growing every single day. Please check it out, and please check out our RHMC page on YouTube as Rebel in Hell MC, and we have 20 videos up. And of course with my page, please like, subscribe, comment of your favorite gaming stories too. It can be personal, it can be not, or it can be just something that you guys, thought about. Please.
Well, I got Killer. He did write me. I was correct about what he said. So, do you want me to go ahead and throw that out there?
Yes. Everybody, let me finish it up here. Everybody, please like, subscribe to my channel. I will try to put up podcasts on a daily basis. So, and we're going to continue on their story and Killer's side. Killer, thank you for writing into Snotty. Go ahead, Snotty. See what did he say? What Killer have to say?
All right. So you didn't say too much, but his nostalgic game is the first Tony Hawk game. I'm guessing Pro Skater for the GameCube. He said he never really had a PlayStation 2, and that's what got him into gaming, playing split screen with his sister. So, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, with
he kept it short.
Well, that's really awesome, man. I remember playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater, man.
Those are great games. I wish they would release them for, that's something that I really wish, they would add to the PlayStation 2 classics. I wish they would add the Pro Skater and the Underground and the I would add them to the PlayStation 2 classics because they were classics. So where are they? Damn it, you know?
Right.
They added all of the GTAs.
Well, you guys, we got plenty of time to go here. You know, there's, you know...
Well, is Hawk there?
Hawk, are you there, buddy? Because I heard... Alright, Hawk, tell us your story.
Alright. Yeah,
okay,
what was
totally
your most...
lost.
What is the game that gave you the most nostalgia?
One second, I gotta... 1 second. Okay. Oh, that's much fucking better. Okay. Anyways, run that by me again.
Alright, the game, any game at all, preferably old, that gives you the most feels, so to speak, the most nostalgic game. Like, for instance, both Halo. Combat Evolved. Alright, tell us about it.
Basically any Halo, because my brother and I had this thing when we were growing up that when we played Halo, it would always be we'd have to play. If it was a campaign, we'd have to play together. There was, you know, neither of us could play if the other one wasn't home. And you know, and even to this day, when my brother had gotten me Halo 4, when it came out there, it was, you know, he added me on Xbox, and he was like, I swear to God, if you play the fucking story while I'm not there, I'm gonna come down to Florida and I'm gonna give you a whooping. I'm like, alright. But yeah, I mean, that was just the biggest thing for me, because I mean, that's how I grew up, you know, and Halo was always the, you know, I don't know, it always has been and always will be one of my favorite games of all time, and just because of that nostalgia factor, and like being with my brother, him being in the Navy.
What are some of the things that will remind you that aren't game related, that just makes you think, oh, for whatever reason, that reminds me of back in the day when I played Halo? You know, what are some things like that do that for you?
I mean, I don't know, cause like almost anything, honestly, cause like even when I look at my best friends and stuff like that, like the guys that I know in real life, I've known for like going on 13 years now. It's, you know, we always played it too, you know. So I mean, literally almost anything I do, you know, it just like reminds me, and it's kind of weird. I mean, I'm not saying I always think about Halo 24/7, but like,
yeah, yours was the only one that was on Xbox. Yeah. I mean, maybe the Resident Evils, but they were clearly original Sony games, PlayStation games.
Yeah. But that's really, I mean, growing up, that's really all I played was Halo 2, so it was kind of, you know, the thing.
Well, here's a good question. What do you think of the series now, like the direction it's went?
I haven't played the new one, just for the sake of, I didn't agree with it.
You didn't want it to get ruined for you?
Well, not just that. It's, you know, it's just a matter of, like, back when Halo 3 came out, I finished the campaign for that with my brother, and I was like, all right, I'm okay, you know, I'm okay with it ending here. It's all right to end here. Halo 4 came out. I was like, I don't know how they're gonna do it, you know. But then after Halo 4 came out, I was like, all right, you know, I really hope it ends, because I mean, at that point, they were just, I don't know, you know, they were just milking it a lot, you know. It was, you know, well, we got a lot of Halo fans, so let's make sure we keep selling Halo shit, you know. So and it just kind of lost its track, you know. But I don't know. But, yeah.
Okay. Loki, are you there, bro? All right. Well, Shinks, take back control of the mic, brother.
Well, thank you, Snotty, for, taking control while I was away for a little bit.
I'm just trying to help out, man.
No, that's all good, man. But anyways, there's one thing I kept on thinking, I've, played games with, my sisters, my sister, my dad. When War Dog, I don't think it was, when you mentioned Snotty, when you said...
Killer. The split screen with the sister.
Well, not just that, it's just everything. You guys pretty much brought a whole bunch of memories back. It was amazing.
Right?
Oh, hell yeah,
Nostalgia is great. It's probably one of the best feelings you can have.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Shinks, we're trying to come pick you up, by the way. We're trying to pick you up.
Why?
Continue.
Well, catch me if you can, motherfuckers.
We're not going to be able to because of what we're in.
Oh, well, fine.
You'll
right.
like it. But continue.
But I would say there's a lot of games that, came personally to me. Oh, hell yeah. But it'll glitch out, though, because I'm recording, so just go on your way. But there's plenty of games out there, that brings back memories, like Duck Hunt on Nintendo, Super Mario Brothers on the Super NES, and playing Donkey Kong and everything else.
I have a lot of GameCube games. I have a lot of Nintendo. Yes. I have a lot of like my dad. Like I said in my story, he was strict, but we had a GameCube, and he got me. I think it was Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but my favorite game, hands down, that was on GameCube, that was a Star Wars-based game, was Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, or Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I remember me and my stepbrother, we would play the hell out of that game. We would always just play like the multiplayer with the split screen, with bots and everything. And oh lord, like if I could play that game now, or if they did a remake of it, or use that sort of engine, because it also was the Jedi Academy and all that. Oh lord. And then the other two games that I brought up, Super Smash Brothers. Me and my mom, she used to play that game with me, and I'd always play as like Fox or Falco, the characters I thought were cool. But things of that nature. And she would always play as like Yoshi, and she would always do the move where he swallows you and then pretty much poops you out as an egg. And but it was always fun, me and my mom would play those games together. And then like I said also, we had Dragon Ball Z Budokai, the original one, where she actually beat Frieza for me. But that wasn't even the first thing she beat for me. She beat Frieza. She beat Raditz's weird. It was a weird mini game where you had to line them up for the special beam cannon. She did that for me because I didn't quite understand it as a child yet. I was young, didn't quite understand it yet. So those are games that I'd also like to add to the list as well, that would bring back nostalgia real quick.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Any other games for you, Shinks, that bring back memories?
That's pretty much about it. That's pretty much what I said. Oh, there's actually one more thing that you guys are probably going to get a good laugh. You guys remember Dance Dance Revolution, or DDR, for the Xbox?
Well, I mean, I remember it, and I'm aware of it, but I for one never played it.
Well, I played Dance Dance Revolution, and my mom always asks me, what game you're playing? Oh, I'm playing Dance Dance Revolution. What you want to try? And she actually tried playing Dance Dance Revolution. She could not get the concept of it. Dude, it was freaking hilarious, man. It was. I wish you guys were there. You know, she just played that one game. Other than that, she never really played any games with me.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Smash Brothers and Budokais. Those were the only games my mom would ever really play with me, because she wasn't much into games at all.
Right?
Yeah, I have 2 games I forgot to add.
Go ahead.
Alright, Killer's gotta, before you start, War Dog, everybody say bye to Killer. He's gotta go.
Alright, Killer, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for your input, man.
Yep, yeah. You have a good night, and see you later, man.
I love you, brother.
Yeah, love you, brother. From another mother.
Love you more than Snotty does.
Ooh. This Sonny loves Jenkin.
I still don't really get that. But yeah, no, you guys don't understand. You have to say I love you to him. If he had his mic, he would be trying to say I love you. He's like the guy from Wayne's World. Eventually, you just got to say either A, thank you, or love you too.
Well, you know, I do love Killer. He's a great kid. He's a great kid.
All of us, yeah. I care for every single one of you. But,
you know, that's one
Dog,
thing. That's one thing that separates us from any other types of crews. We're not just a motorcycle club. We're a brotherhood. We treat each other like family, and we're always there for each other. You know, we don't backstab each other. It's like, yeah, we get into fights like any other, you know.
Yeah, but like brothers.
Oh yeah.
If brothers fight, you know, they do.
Well, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, but War Dog, what were you gonna say, like the games and whatnot? Some other games that...
One of them was on the PlayStation that me and my dad used to play. It was a motorcycle game that involved where, like, you can bash the other person off their bike or use a baseball bat or a taser. It was called Road Rash.
Yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, me and my dad used to play it. And every time I'd knock him off his bike, he'd be running to it, and I'd knock him off his bike again, and then I'd turn around, go the wrong way, and hit him with the bike. And I remember me and him would just play, you know, the circuits and to see who would get the best time, and not to see who gets knocked off by cars or who gets hit by the police. And the other game is on the PS2. This is when the new King Kong came out. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the game. That game, oh my god, that was probably one of the best first-person shooters I've ever played. That actually let you play as King Kong also, and there was a little thing in that game, an alternate ending. If you did it like 100% complete.
Give me your Hawkeye.
Wait, you cut out there. I don't hear you.
I hear him. Whoa!
Oh, yeah, your mic just popped. Hate when that happens.
Yeah, there was an alternate ending to the game, to where instead of King Kong dying, you took control of this biplane that had Jack Driscoll in the back of it, shooting out of it and trying to save him. And the very end would show them bringing King Kong back to Skull Island, and basically the alternate ending. And I mean, those two games, like Road Rash, I mean, I still have it, I still play it. In King Kong, I mean, King Kong had had some jump scares. It had some very good action scenes. I wish they remastered it for the PS4. I'd be playing that more. The King Kong scenes are great. But overall, those like that, Resident Evil, and King Kong were probably the only ones that really made an impact on me.
You know what games I actually enjoy that people would probably consider kid games?
What?
The Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Sly Cooper series.
I was gonna say Little Big Planet.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite out of those three? Or actually, Shinks. Well, no, I'm saying series. So your
Sly
favorite is Ratchet and mine. My Sly. Don't you mean Crash? Yeah, my favorite is Sly Cooper out of all of them. Yeah, my favorite, hands down, is Sly Cooper. I played the hell out of those games, all of them. I still have all of them on my PlayStation 3, including the fourth one. Hopefully, and I can't wait. I can't wait for them to come out with a, the fifth one, because the fourth one, it ends on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I'll just say Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, okay, so Ratchet and Clank's your favorite?
Motherfucking Jak and Daxter.
Jak and Daxter was your favorite out of all of those?
Yeah. I never really played, you just said his fucking name, but yeah, the one with the, raccoon, wasn't this, like, Sly, Cooper?
No.
Sly Cooper, yeah.
Yeah, I never really played that, or anything. The only game I really remember playing is Jak and Daxter. Sorry about my kid.
It's fine. So fair enough. You don't have much of a basis comparison, but Jak and Daxter was still a great game too. What about you, War Dog? So Ratchet and Clank was your favorite out of those three?
Ratchet and Sly. I mean.
So they're kind of like tied for you.
Yeah. I mean, I played Sly first.
Me too.
Yeah. Sly was. I mean, the first one was great. Second one. Third one was probably the best one for me because he's trying to get into the vault. And
yeah, that one got a 5 out of 5 ranking.
Yeah, and then the fourth one, oh man, the fourth one going back on those timelines and
yeah, it was fun.
And then now and then they're supposed to make a movie for Sly.
Well, I was actually going to ask you, being that you have like the inside scoop, is there any news on Sly 5?
Hold on. Let me check.
Alright, well, while you're checking, so, Shinks, any other games that you can think of that,
Well, I have to think about that one, man. Shit. Well, the reason why Ratchet and Clank's my favorite is because, well, my buddy, unfortunately passed away. He was it's good, man. It's been almost 10 years. He passed away over in Iraq. He was in the Marines, but I used to go over there. Him and I played different video games, like from Ratchet and Clank and
I'd like to suggest something real quick. Let's have a moment of silence for a fallen, he deserves respect, so, Shinks, being that he was your friend, let's have a moment of silence. When you believe that is long enough, let us know. Tell us when to start it.
We can start right now.
Be of service. I take it this isn't pure.
Alright, it's good. Thanks, you guys.
You're in trouble and you need money.
Yeah.
No problem.
Much respect. Much respect, man. Thank you for your service. Alright, sorry, but I can't help it, man. But continue, Shinks.
But his name was Jesse, and Jesse and I, hung out a lot, and we played Ratchet and Clank, Rainbow Six, GoldenEye, frickin' Blitz football and all that stuff, man. And it was one hell of a good time. You know, every day I do think about him. And I got a strange story to tell you. After he passed away, I moved into an apartment on my own, my very first apartment, and I had the regular Xbox, you know, with the unlimited memory and all that good stuff. And I had a stack full of games under my TV, under my Xbox, in which I played pretty much periodically, like every single day. So one day I went out to go shopping and, you know, got food and everything else, and I had my games stacked neatly. And when I came back home, my games were somehow mysteriously fallen over. And the game that was out was something bad Fur Day. Oh God.
Oh, Conquer.
Bad Fur Day. Yeah.
Yeah, Conquer's Bad Fur Day. Yeah.
Yeah, that game. You know, it was actually in the middle of the stack, and it was on top somehow.
Well.
Yeah. I think he really enjoyed playing that game. You know. It was a fun game.
Maybe that was a sign. That's really cool.
Hell yeah, man.
Alright, I have news about Sly 5.
Alright, let's hear it.
This was around November 15th of 2014, but Sanzaru Games has no plans for a Sly Cooper 5.
What?
Those who are hoping for them to develop the next Sly Cooper title may be in a little bit of disappointment. The developer has confirmed on Facebook that it has no plans to develop the next Sly Cooper game. And they said this is their words. I wanted to respond to a lot of the questions regarding the Sly Cooper series. While we, like you, dearly love the Cooper gang, we are not currently working with PlayStation on our project, and there are no plans to work. There are no plans to work on another Sly Cooper title. While this post doesn't make it clear whether Sony has decided to hand over the project to a different developer or not, it certainly seems to upset some fans on social media. There are currently no confirmation of Sly Cooper 5 being in development at this point.
Well, I mean, it left on a cliffhanger, though.
Yeah.
Like, they would have been better off, you know, leaving, you know, having the game end on the third one. Then, it's in development hell, I promise you. It's in development hell. Somebody will pick it up. Somebody. I mean, it took them like 10 years to do Sly 4. So we'll eventually get it. I'm sure we will. And if we don't, still, those games are amazing.
Here's the thing. Around 2015, there was a Sly 5 petition.
Should be.
Like change.org saying make Sly 5 happen. Oh.
You're cutting it out pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yep. Getting a lag from you, man.
I'm just saying that, like, Sly 5 could be the last game. They could just make it the last game.
That kind of... Oh, shit. Well, looks like we're doing a hostile takeover, you guys. Let's do this. Well, since we're doing live broadcast, it's turning...
just me and you.
Well, since we're doing this, looks like we're doing a hostile takeover, you guys. We've done a hostile takeover before, which I still need to pull up that video up without... So, anyways, this hostile takeover is pretty much you have... Oh, crap, my car's on fire. Son of a bitch. New car!
Don't worry, I got my Osiris out so I could get to you as fast as possible. Alright.
So, anyways, go on. What the hell are you doing?
Also, Snotty.
Yes.
Apparently in 2016 there's going to be a Sly Cooper movie.
And see, I don't care about that at all.
I mean...
I don't like it. I just don't. I'm sorry. It's a game based on a raccoon. You know?
For some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot.
I mean, I guess. I mean, did you guys know they plan on making an Assassin's Creed video or movie?
Really?
Yeah, I've already seen screenshots of that movie.
Yep.
Well,
Why they're doing that, I don't know. They really should be focusing on, you know, the games.
I mean, I can't wait for the Deadpool movie though.
oh,
Me
Deadpool.
neither. I think,
Oh,
yeah, Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. He's perfect.
Like,
he is definitely
if you look
perfect
on
for
YouTube-
that.
If you look on YouTube, he has this Australia Day video, and he tells everyone, he's like, you know, I love your country, but I cannot forgive you for giving us the Wolverine. He's like, no, I love you, but Wolverine was a career low for me.
He is always breaking the fourth wall. That's what makes him special.
He's such a great actor, man.
And Ryan Reynolds fits it.
Oh,
He
hell
fits
yeah.
it perfect. My favorite movie that he's ever been in has to be Van Wilder. I love that movie. Van Wilder is such a good movie. So yeah, any other topics?
Well, there's, tons of topics we can talk about. Let's talk about a little bit of the MC news. Have anybody heard anybody other MC news that's going around GTA? I know Dark Throne
not really.
definitely will have a frickin' field day with this one.
Probably, yeah. But what's our time?
Our time is over 1 hour and 3 minutes.
All right.
But, it's like, since we're on the subject with movies and celebrities and stuff, there's one thing that I absolutely hate. It's frickin' celebrity news. Why people care so much about it? They're going into their own personal... I don't either. I mean, they're going into their own personal lives and shit like that. It's like, yeah, I know a lot of celebrities do like the attention and all that good shit. I mean...
Yeah, but they act as if they don't.
Yeah.
Which is just so fucking arrogant and just...
if I was a
I want
celebrity...
to vomit in my mouth.
It's like, if I was a frickin' celebrity, man, I would hate it. I hate that shit, I mean, I like to keep my life, simple and everything else. I don't like people to get into my personal business. I would hate that so much. I would. I truly would. Oh, I've never really been up here before. This is the first. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die. Shoot your ass down if I can.
Oh, yeah.
I never really been up through here except for in the story mode.
I will say this, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, they did pretty good with the paparazzi. I don't know if you guys saw this. I just happened to see this. I think my TV was just on a random channel. And what they did was they were out on a date because they were dating at the time. I think they still are. I don't really give a fuck. At the time, they were dating. And paparazzi, obviously, was, you know, fucking annoying them. So what they did was they wrote down, charities and whatnot to donate to. They put it over their face as they were walking away. So all those paparazzis that are taking pictures, they knew that those pictures would get out, and boom, you know, they're helping out their charities. Oh shit.
Oh shit. Oh, and I died. And it proclaims I committed suicide, so I gotta love that.
Oh,
It's stuck. Fuck.
And Snotty, I did do a little bit of research on the vampires and werewolves again, though. You're right to be a werewolf in Elder Scrolls Online because that's more of the tank and the damage's job, and the mages are mainly the vampires.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm gonna be a vampire. Yeah, I'm gonna buy some
Elder
people's...
Scrolls Online, I don't know when this year, but they're getting the Thieves Guild.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, this sucks. Looks like we need to swim.
I mean,
We don't need to swim. Get in, man.
Oh.
currently I'm doing the
Where the fuck are you?
Orc DLC because I have ESO Plus, so I have all the DLCs and stuff.
How lucky you. Damn.
Also,
You know, Shinks, he's got us a shit ton of gear that he plans on. I actually have you some gear too.
Well, after
So we gotta level up.
after this podcast, we can do this. But
Being that it's just us three, yeah, might as
well,
well.
I'm getting off after this podcast because shit, I've been on ESO way too long. I'm doing the Orsinium quest line, the DLC.
Which we can't do.
Yeah, but I can send you some beautiful screenshots.
but you can,
That's
asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, the Orsinium.
I mean,
is
can't you
basically-
hop on long enough to trade us that stuff that you were wanting to give us?
Yeah, because I have a bunch of shit.
Alrighty,
Oh.
alrighty.
I've been testing out the bows and the staffs too.
Well, you guys,
What-
I'm
what
going to
do you
end.
think
I'm going to end the podcast right here. It's currently midnight o'clock. So, all right, you guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks, you guys, for joining once again. Once again, this is Shinks87 sign off. I will see you guys later in the next one.